What's up, guys? Cat Daddy Crypto here. You know what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay up to date with news around Caspa and Caspa's ecosystem, as well as the rest of the crypto market. Subscribe and like this video. Let's get it. What's going on, guys? Today, I want to take a break from talking about Caspa for one day and kind of go over with you something that happened to me today in real time. And the purpose of this video is going to be to hopefully help and warn some of you guys from potentially falling for this scam phone call that I got today. Now, I was sitting on my couch with my new little daughter, and my phone rang, and it was a number I didn't know. My phone's usually very good at letting me know if it's a scam call or a telemarketer or something to that effect. And so when it's a number that doesn't give me that red flag, then I usually answer it. Now, it was out of my surrounding area codes, but I'm in the plumbing business, and I get a lot of calls from people who have moved from other states or other countries for that matter, that now live in my area, and I have some that I work with on a regular basis that have area codes outside of my immediate area. And so it's not uncommon for that to happen. So I answer the phone call, ends up being a person on the other end claiming that they are Coinbase. And I have a Coinbase account. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a Coinbase account because it's the biggest crypto exchange in the US. And even if you don't use it very often like myself, most of us still have one, right? And we have potentially some money sitting on it. Now, the person on the other end of the phone was very nice, spoke very good English, and was very convincing, okay? Now, I already have red flags. My spidey senses go up because I've just been in crypto long enough to know, and I've heard of all these people getting scammed, calls, texts, links to click on, whatever it might be. So this individual told me that my account had been breached, basically, and that somebody from West Virginia in the United States had been trying to log into my account and wanted to clarify that I was not in West Virginia, hadn't been there, and didn't try to log into my account. And I told him no. And I'm following this through because in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, maybe, somebody did try to get into my account and I have some money in there that I don't want to lose. And so I'm following through with this guy, planning on never giving him any personal information or clicking on any links if they decide that they want to go that route. He already knew my name, he already knew my email, and confirmed all of that with me, and then told me that somebody through an API had tried to get into my account, so it wasn't via password, it wasn't via anything else, minus the fact that it was, I'm not even sure what an API is because I'm not super technically sound, but it sounds like it was something that overrides all of that and through VPN or whatever it is can hack into your location. I don't know. Maybe that's a whole big word that they use, knowing that most people don't know what that means. Anyway, so I'm going through the motions, just, seeing if this guy's legit or not. And at a certain point in the phone call, he asks if you can log into your account and make sure nothing has been withdrawn from your Coinbase account. So I log in while I'm on the phone with him. Nothing's been withdrawn. So he's like, oh, good, good. And then sends me an email. And at this point, I've already told him. I was like, how do I know you're even Coinbase and you're not somebody who's trying to get me to click on a link and steal my money? And he's like, oh, that's good. No, that's good that you asked that, right? He's being super professional. And he was like, my name is so-and-so. Here's a case number. I'm going to email you with that information so that you can have my name and my number. And in case there's any anything needs to be referenced with that later on. So I'm like, okay, I open up the email and it just has that information in it. Now, when it starts getting weird is when he says, okay, so now your account is probably going to be locked out for 3 to 5 days while our IT team figures out what's going on and find where this was coming from and make sure your account's safe, and then we'll reactivate it for you, okay? And in the meantime, we need you to move your crypto into a Coinbase vault, which is a real thing. It's like a secured wallet, and he's trying to convince me that this is the safest way to keep crypto and that he has worked for Coinbase for 6 years and he's never found any other solution that's more safe. And I'm like, yeah, well, of course you have to say that because you work for Coinbase. You're going to, try and convince people that your wallets are safer than anything else. Now, at this point in time, he tells me he needs to send me another email, and there's going to be a link inside of this email that is going to give you a certain number to sign in and move your crypto into your own personal Coinbase Vault wallet. In the meantime, while your account is being cleansed of whatever wrongdoing was apparently happening. Okay? And that's the first red flag is I told this guy I'm not going to click on any links that you send me in an email because I have no idea who you are. Right? You gave me a name and a case number, but that doesn't mean that you're actually from Coinbase, right? And all of the headers in the email that he sent me they looked like official Coinbase headers on the email, so it looked fairly legit, from, my perspective. He tried sending this email to me, the second email with the Coinbase Vault link in it and information in it, and it never came through to my email address. And so he's like, oh, that's weird, that's weird. And he's like, well, so let me figure this out. And I stopped him right there, and I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not going to click on a link from an email that you're going to send me. So what I'm going to do, if there really was an issue with my account, is I'm going to move the money from my Coinbase account into a cold storage wallet where it's safe and secure. And he stopped me before I could even finish that sentence. He's like, well, Ledger and Trezor and, a lot of people don't know this, but those wallets aren't real safe either. They can be hacked and this and that and this and that. He's trying real hard to keep me on the phone. He's trying real hard to convince me that the safest wallet out there is this Coinbase Vault wallet. And after a few minutes of him explaining this to me again, why I even stayed on the phone at this point in time is beyond me. And I kind of just wanted to end on terms without hanging up on the guy, which I do a lot with a lot of other people, because he seemed like a nice guy. But at this point, my red flags are up, and there's zero chance that I'm going through with anything that he's going to say from here on out. So I cut him off, and I told him, I'm going to transfer my money into a wallet that I trust, that I've held crypto in for a long time, and it's safe to me, right? I don't want to open up another Coinbase wallet. I don't use the account very often. I just have some money sitting in there. Another question that this guy asked me, moving back a few steps, is how much money do you have in your account? Can you give me a range from 0 to 1,000, 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000? And I'm wondering if that's a way that they kind of weed out certain accounts that they may not even want to deal with if there's not a whole lot of money in there, or accounts that they really want to, hone down if you've got hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever. But I ended up telling him how, the range of money that I had in there, because it's before we got to this last step. Anyways, it didn't matter. It got to the point where, there was zero chance he was going to get me to click on a link, and I think he understood that I wasn't the type of Coinbase customer that was going to fall for their tricks. And so he's like, okay, I understand. I don't think that those other wallets are safe, but you can do what you want to do. You have my name. You have my case number. If you need any help from us, give us a call. And then he hung up. And as soon as that happened, I signed into my Coinbase account. I transferred all my money out. Now that portion is in one of my few Tandem wallets, which I feel much better about. And I did some research because I'm wondering, like, has anybody else had issues with this same I literally typed the same phone number in to Google with Coinbase scam, and there is a multitude of people on Reddit and other sites complaining that they got a call from the exact same number. Um, I put one up on the screen here. This is one the exact same phone number that called me. Basically the exact same scenario. Although this one, I've seen some that send you a text message, that send you an email, or that call you on the phone. There's a few different ones. And this guy forwarded the screenshots to Coinbase Security, and they confirmed that it was not real and that was not Coinbase that was reaching out to him. So the moral of the story here is not to ramble on about what happened to me today. Um, this is the first time I've ever gotten something like this from an exchange, so it was interesting nonetheless. But the point here is to kind of put this out into the interwebs, and hopefully I can help at least one person, if not multiple people, not fall for this same phone scam, okay? Because it seemed legit up until the very end, and I could see how a lot of people, especially people who are new to crypto, would fall for that hook, line, and sinker. And I just want everybody to be careful out there and keep in mind that you should never, ever, ever click on a link that anybody tells you to via email, via phone, via text message. Nothing. Always verify that you're talking to the real person that they claim to be on the phone. Because all it would have taken for me to lose all of that money, it was just some SUI. Obviously, you can't buy Caspa on Coinbase yet. I say yet because I think it will happen. But I had a portion of my SUI holdings on Coinbase because I bought a portion of it there at one point in time and I just left it there. It's now moved off of there. And another reason why, obviously this had nothing to do with Coinbase, but it indirectly has something to do with Coinbase, right? Because my funds were never in jeopardy unless I would have, clicked on this link. But the point here is that the scammers know a lot of people have a lot of money on Coinbase and they're out there to try to get it from people. I can guarantee you that they have done this to hundreds of other people, if not thousands of other people, and there's a certain percentage of people that have fallen for it and have lost their money. I can guarantee you that to a T. Because there's gullible people out there, there's people who just don't understand what's going on, and I feel sorry for those people, but I'm hoping that the couple thousand people that see this video, hopefully, will at least not fall victim to anything of that sort. But that's another reason why it is much safer to keep your money on a cold storage wallet of your choice. I personally use the Tandem wallet because it's the cheapest, it's the most efficient and easiest to set up, and it's just all around a good wallet. I have never heard of somebody trying to steal your money from a Tandem wallet. Never. I've never heard of it. I've never heard of phone calls. I've never heard of emails. I've never heard of texts. Tandem doesn't reach out to people, and none of the wallets have ever been hacked. So that's why I'm so adamant that you guys get one of these wallets. They are having a sale right now. If you enter the promo code CatDaddy at checkout, you get 15% off of your purchase. And now you can buy two at a time and get a family pack deal for $109 for two wallets. 15% off at checkout, you guys. The link is in the description. The official Tandem link in the description. If you want to go ahead and get yourself a wallet, I highly recommend and suggest it if you don't have one already. And you get 15% off by using the code CatDaddy at checkout. Okay? Trust me, it's worth it when it's all said and done. And in the meantime, guys, be safe out there. Continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.